Hi, Ask Mike the Counselor 2, or Mike Logan from AskMikeTheCounselor2.com. Beautiful September afternoon, mid-September afternoon in Rockford, Illinois. And I'm here to talk to you a little bit today about brain age. A lot of searches out there for brain age videos. And since this brain is aged and aging and perhaps not aged to perfection, I have tried a couple of different strategies to age my brain. When I was younger, I tried the consumption strategy, consume nicotine and recreational chemicals and beer and lots of pork chops and fatty fast foods and not take good care of my brain. And believe me, it had an impact. It's not why I'm bald, but it definitely had an impact on my brain. I ended up with a little bit of neuropathy in my left hand. That was part of the damage to my central nervous system from that kind of consumption pattern, or that kind of brain aging from that kind of consumption pattern. And since then, I've worked on a different kind of brain aging, one that takes advantage of a couple of things that we have recently come to know about the human brain. One is that it grows new brain cells every day. That's called neurogenesis. And the other is that the neurons that I have and that I grow every day, if I challenge them with a novel learning experience, hook up in new ways, new and novel ways, and that's what learning is. So when my brain gets chronologically older, I am building new connections and new brain cells in it in order to, at this stage of the game, have a cognitive reserve to ward off Alzheimer's disease. I have a 5-year-old daughter and a 10-year-old son and a 45-year-old wife, and I like being in a family. It's really good for me. So I'm going to work real hard on sustaining that. Now, can you enhance neurogenesis and neuroplasticity? Yes, you can. And brain age can be slowed down, maybe even reversed, who knows, by attending to the pillars of brain fitness, which are physical exercise, nutrition, novel learning experiences, stress management, and sleep. And a great tool to get an overview of brain aging is Brain Fit for Life. It's a book that you can get from Simon Evans and Paul Berghardt, or you can find it on my website, Ask Mike the Counselor 2. Lots of links to Brain Fit for Life. They talk about the role that physical activity and exercise, which is the most important pillar of brain fitness to manage your brain's age, getting some exercise every day. So I make sure to build into my regular schedule some time at the Y on the elliptical trainer. Now, you may not want to go to the YMCA. You can work out in your basement doing high-intensity interval training, 10 minutes of 30-second increments of jumping jacks at your pace, at your intensity level, and you don't have to please the physical education teacher anymore with form. You simply need to breathe heavier. If you were to stand up and try and talk, your breathing would be heavy enough, deep enough, that it would be difficult for you to talk and breathe at the same time. That's the intensity of exercise that you need to have to slow down the brain aging process, or maybe even reverse it. But it's got to be regular. Okay, you got to make it a regular, everyday kind of activity. High-intensity interval training you can do in 10-minute increments a couple of times a day. All of us can find 10 minutes. Okay, even if you do a minute, I think halftime commercials or halftime of the Monday Night Football game, for example, you can get in a high-intensity interval workout and still have time left over for some potato chips. Homemade potato chips, right, with no salt. Okay. Nutrition is the next key to brain aging. You want to get lots of antioxidants, fruit, and vegetables. Unfortunately, you got to get rid of processed food. You got to make your own potato chips. Okay, get your own little deep fat fryer, slice them up, cook them yourself. Make your own seasoning, one that doesn't have monosodium glutamate in it. Okay, so you can make your own snacks. Make your own bread, so that you get the whole grain bread, and you can have some bread and butter and honey for your snack. That's what I like to do. Okay, so omega-3 fatty acid, besides the antioxidants and phytochemicals and vitamins and minerals and fiber, that you get from fresh fruits and vegetables, 5 to 7 servings a day. You need omega-3. The membranes of your neurons, those new neurons that you're growing, are made out of omega-3. And if you don't replace that on a regular basis, those membranes get brittle and the conversations between neurons get garbled, get confused, and then you look like you are very aged and you end up in the home and they fill you up with medication. So take care of that. Get some omega-3, fatty acids, sleep, very important, memory consolidation, and hormonal things happen while you're asleep. If you cut your sleep short, you age your brain unnecessarily. Stress management. Stress hormones kill those new brain cells. Okay, so while I may be struggling with the gas bill, it was more than I expected this month, I don't want to generate stress for long periods of time about the gas bill because I'm either going to have a cutoff or I'm going to pay the bill. You know, there's no need to continue to ruminate about how I'm going to solve that problem until I need to. And then I can do 2 or 3 minutes of brainstorming and let the stress hormones go by switching my thought to a heart math thought. Heart math is a heart rate variability tool that I use extensively, personally, and I teach it a lot. And I think about my children, and my heart opens up and I feel love. So I do that every 5 minutes for a couple of heartbeats. Great brain aging tool. And the last brain aging tool that I want to talk about are the computerized brain fitness programs, novel learning experiences. Your neurons need novel learning experiences. Otherwise, those circuits in there get a little quiet, and the brain says, because it's an energy-consuming organ of the highest order, it says get rid of those unused circuits and neurons. And you don't want that to happen. So you need to find some things that you're curious about, that you like to do, and get involved in them. Unfortunately, for me, as you can see, I have lots of counseling books. Reading a new counseling book is not novel. My brain knows how to do that. So I need to get involved in something like chess with my son, or a computerized brain fitness program like the Posit Science program, which has been recently written about, research published, the impact study of 500 senior citizens, and the impact of doing the Posit Science computerized brain fitness program was astounding to both the researchers and the participants. And there are a couple of other good ones out there, MindSpark Brain Fitness Pro and Lumosity. Lumosity you can do right at your computer in a few minutes, several times a day. And that helps you slow, maybe even reverse, the brain aging process that we're all going through, so that you can be like those centenarians. I was just reading an article in the paper the other day about an attorney in Texas. His name is Jack Borden, I believe, 100 years old, still practicing law and doing a good job. And there was another centenarian in Nebraska who works in the Nebraska state legislature. That's the kind of brain aging I would like to have. How about you? I think I'll go do some Posit Science right now. Thank you very much. AskMikeTheCounselor2.com.